You work in the healthcare field, do you not?
I do.
Okay. Could you please state and spell your name for us?
Catheryn Mellender.
You go by Kat, correct?
Correct.
Kat, how old are you?
I'm 21 years of age.
Do you know someone named Chandler Halderson?
I do.
How do you know Chandler?
We were in a relationship.
When did you first begin your relationship with Chandler?
In August 2019.
How did you meet?
We met through a friend.
What was Chandler, what was going on in his life when you first met? What was he doing with his life?
He was attending college. He was living at home and preparing to move into an apartment, dog sitting quite often.
What types of things did you and Chandler do in your relationship? Did you go on a lot of dates together?
Yeah, we would grab dinners, have movie dates, just sit at home and watch movies, go on walks quite often, play with the dogs. That was a big thing. We loved playing Frisbee with the dogs, start shows together.
How would you and Chandler communicate with each other? Just by calling each other, or were there other things too?
We would talk on Snapchat, text, FaceTime, and call quite often.
So it's text, Snapchat, call, FaceTime? Mm-hmm. Would sometimes you start communicating about a subject on one and then switch to another and then switch back?
Yes.
Fair to say you communicated or you texted a lot with Chandler?
Yes.
You've seen in this case, probably at some point, printouts of even just a couple of days of your text messages, which are hundreds of pages long, right?
Yes.
Did you have any sort of relationship with Chandler's family?
Yes.
Let's start with his brother, Mitchell. Did you know Mitchell?
I did know Mitchell.
Tell me about your relationship with Mitchell.
I would hang out with him at the family events, be it like a dinner or for the holidays. We had a game night at his home once with Caitlin and Chandler and myself. Usually see him during family events.
Did you have a relationship, or how did you know Bart Halderson?
I knew Mr. Halderson through Chandler. I would be at their home quite often, and he would show me fishing tips, or if I was cooking, him and Mrs. Halderson would be in the kitchen, and we would have game nights quite often. And we would also play Mario Kart together a lot.
Okay. What about Krista? Could you tell me about your relationship with Krista Halderson?
Mrs. Halderson and I, we would text often about what we're doing in our lives and talk about the dogs and Chandler, and we would talk about recipes and food we want to try. And if I was cooking them something from my culture, she would always be excited, and we talk about it and always talk about game nights and wanting to do a girls' trip to Disneyland together with her, I, and Caitlin.
You texted often with Mrs. Halderson?
Yes, I did.
Positive relationship, a good relationship?
Yeah,
Did you like her?
I did like Miss Halderson a lot.
Did you like Mr. Halderson?
Yes, I did.
You were over at the Halderson home quite a bit,
Very often, yes.
and that's over in Windsor, Oak Springs Circle?
Yes.
I'm going to object to leading.
I'm sorry, I need to use my phone.
That's fine. I'll sure. Whereabouts?
Leading questions.
We'll withdraw the question and I'll ask it again. Whereabouts did the Haldersons live?
They lived in Windsor, right by a pond.
When you were over at the house, did you mostly stick in one spot, or did you kind of treat it like your own home, go wherever you needed to go?
I would go wherever I needed to go within reason.
Back in June of this year, just before maybe everything that we're going to talk about happened, were you over at the Halderson home and had an occasion to maybe go in the basement?
Yes.
Why did you go in the basement while you were over there?
I went into the basement to grab ice cream and soda to make root beer floats with Mr. and Mrs. Halderson and Chandler.
They were in the basement?
They were in the basement in the freezer.
The Haldersons had a freezer in the basement?
Two.
I'll sustain. Go ahead and phrase carefully.
Tell me about what freezers the Haldersons had.
They had a chest freezer and then a tall one, kind of like a fridge, but it was just a freezer.
Did you have an occasion ever to go in the chest freezer?
Yes.
And what types of things were in there?
Mostly fish, specifically salmon, veggies. Sometimes they'd keep ice bags in there.
Was it full?
Yes.
The other freezer, did you have occasions to go in that on occasion?
Just once.
And was it being used in full?
Yes.
I'm going to show you Exhibit 21's been received into evidence in this case. There's a little bit of a glare on that, but is that look to be the Haldersons' basement or something else?
Yes, it's the Halderson basement.
That chest freezer that's open right there, is that the chest freezer that you had been in previously?
Yes.
And was it full when you saw it in June?
Yes.
Was it sitting like that open when you saw it last?
No.
In your relationship with Chandler, was there a lot of discussion about money?
Yes.
Was it important to you that whoever you were dating have a job or going to school or something?
Yes.
Can you tell me why that would be important?
Just think being self-sufficient. It's either in school or working.
As far as you knew, in 2020 and this year even, 2021, let's say the spring of last year, was Chandler going to school?
Yes.
Did he talk about that with you?
Yes.
What did you know about where Chandler was going to school and what he was doing?
He was taking classes online through MATC for UW, and it was for an IT degree.
Would Chandler talk a lot about school with you?
Often.
What kind of things would you talk about?
When we'd have tests or homework that we were doing.
Going in this year, did he ever show you any sort of like work he was doing for school, any projects, things like that?
He showed me some coding he was doing once.
For a class? You said he was going online. Did Chandler ever physically go there as far as you knew?
I don't remember.
Prior to everything happening, did you believe Chandler was going to MATC?
Yes.
Did you ever see his grades? Did he ever share his grades with you or transcripts or anything like that?
No, he didn't show me.
Do you know how close he was to graduating?
One class away, I believed.
Did you and Chandler ever talk about him working with the police at all, with scuba diving or anything like that?
With the DNR.
Tell me about that.
He told me he would scuba dive for the DNR and then sometimes help out the police through the DNR.
Did he say what he would do for them, like specifically?
Scuba diving, look in the lakes for stuff.
Was this like a job or a volunteer thing? What was your understanding from Chandler?
I believe it was a job.
Did he have this throughout the time you were dating?
During the summer.
Were there ever times where Chandler would go to that job as far as you knew, or need to schedule time to be there?
Yes.
How would that come up?
He would just tell me he had to be on call days and we couldn't hang out those days, or he would only have select time to hang out or else he'd be on call.
So there'd be times you couldn't hang out because he would say he was on call?
Mm-hmm.
How often would that come up in your relationship?
I don't remember.
But it came up?
It did.
Did you ever see Chandler with any sort of scuba diving equipment, oxygen tanks, those flippers that people put on, anything like that?
No.
Did you believe he worked at this dive team job back
Yes.
at that time? At some points in the past year and a half or so, did Chandler get a job with American Family Insurance?
Yes.
What did Chandler tell you about that, or what did you know about what he was doing?
That it was an internship to help graduate through school, and he'd be doing stuff with solar panels and laying up plans for companies going through American Family, and
So it was an internship. Was it eventually a job?
a paid internship, I believe.
Did he ever show you any of his work that he was working on?
He showed me a plan on a whiteboard that he was drawing up.
When you say a whiteboard, what do you mean by that?
Like a whiteboard that you hang up in your home or see in school.
And what was on that whiteboard that he was showing you, if you remember?
A building and where they wanted to place the solar panels and how it was by a highway, so it would be a safety hazard for the direction they want to point it in because of the angle of the sun could be blinding the drivers.
Did he seem excited about this project when he was talking to you about it?
Yes.
Okay. Did Chandler have any issues with pay at American Family Insurance and getting his paychecks?
Yes.
Tell me what you know about that from Chandler.
That there was something going on with who American Family would go through for payment. The check went to the wrong address and then it had to be canceled, and then he tried setting up for direct deposit and something happened with that, and then the amount that they had to pay him was too much, so they didn't believe they owed some of that amount of money, and then it just wasn't getting to him.
Because of this issue or maybe others, were there times in your relationship where it didn't seem like Chandler had a lot of money?
Yes.
When you all went out to get food or something along those lines, would it be more common for you to pay or for him to pay, or how would that work?
For me to pay?
In that time period you were dating, 2020 and 2021, while he said he had this job, did you believe he was working at American Family Insurance?
Yes, I did.
At some point going into 2021, did it appear that Chandler had gotten a new job or was in the process of getting a new job?
Yes.
Where was that job at?
SpaceX.
How did you first learn that Chandler was going to work at SpaceX?
He mentioned it while we were on a call.
Did he have an interview?
Yes.
I want to show you what's been marked as in this case as exhibits 506. I want you to look at that for a second. Chandler's saved in your phone as kind of a name. What is that name?
Hubby.
And that's just something you would call him.
Yes.
Okay. What is the first one that Chandler says?
I have a good feeling about SpaceX.
Okay. I'll move 506 into evidence.
Any objection?
Subject to what was said on the record, no.
It is
And
received.
come on that screen, okay? Just real quick, because it's the first one that we're going to do that looks like this. Your phone was taken by the police and downloaded in the course of this investigation, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So in the blue here, that's Chandler, correct?
Correct.
I have a good feeling about SpaceX. The date, we're at the 23rd of May of 2020. You say, I'm proud of you. What does Chandler say there?
Thanks. I hope I get a job.
And you say, me too. In general, were you hoping Chandler got this job?
Yes.
Why?
He seemed excited about it. A lot of pay.
A lot of pay. Did Chandler ever tell you how much money he'd be making at SpaceX?
Around 800,000.
800,000?
Sorry, I apologize. 80,000.
80,000? So after you say, me too, he says, I'll be happy. And you respond, I'll be very happy for you too. You'll get the money you want, the job you want. But you're talking about the location and the money, and Chandler says, can you read that one for us?
But I'll be happy with money.
And you say maybe they'll transfer you in a couple years. Was there any discussion about that around that time?
Yes.
And what was that discussion about? Maybe transferring or where this job was?
The job was in Florida.
And that would take you to Florida as well?
Correct.
Was it your intention to move with Chandler?
Yes.
And on May 24th, he sends you this message. What does it say?
I have a follow-up interview for Florida tomorrow.
On the 25th now of May, you're saying, tell me what's going on?
Yes.
And what does Chandler say?
Shoot, sorry, I got the job.
And you say, congratulations. You have a discussion about the job in general, and eventually Chandler, what does he say to you?
I have training next week over the computer, and I leave June 11th and start on June 14th.
You and Chandler discuss, perhaps, I think you said that you were going to move with him eventually, right?
Correct.
Was it going to be right away, or were you going to wait a couple weeks?
Wait a couple weeks.
What does Chandler text you on the 25th?
I'll come back every other weekend, hon, and I can send you money till your lease is up and you move in with me.
The text messages that day end with Chandler sending you a couple messages. Can you read the first one?
If you're positive you want to be with me for the long run, because if you're not, then I don't think you should.
Did the topic of you and Chandler moving to Florida, is that like something you talked about a lot?
Yes.
Were you excited about that?
Yes.
Did you tell your family?
Yes.
Did you tell your friends?
Yes.
Can you tell me what that is?
A screenshot of the SpaceX location in Florida.
And was this taken off your phone?
Yes.
Why'd you take that screenshot?
I was curious about the location of the company.
What's exhibit number 508?
A screenshot from Zillow of homes in Titusville, Florida.
And it's a screenshot, but there's something else in that screenshot in the top right corner. What is that?
Chandler?
Are you FaceTiming at this time?
Yes.
What are you looking up there?
Homes for sale.
In Titusville, Florida?
Yes.
Actually, it's been marked as exhibit 509. What's that?
A pool.
Was this another one of the homes you were looking up?
Yes.
When you took these screenshots, when you were FaceTiming with your boyfriend at the time, did you believe that you were possibly going to be moving to Florida and maybe buying a home or renting an apartment, things of that sort?
Yes.
Fair to say these homes you were looking up weren't cheap either.
No.
Did you think you'd be having some money available to you?
Yes.
This is exhibit number 507. I just showed you. This is what we were talking about when we said that you took a screenshot of just where SpaceX was.
Yes.
Did you know prior to Chandler talking about it that they had a location in Florida?
No.
We're looking at a $699,000 home in Florida. On the phone with Chandler, and is this what a FaceTime looks like when you're kind of browsing other apps while you're on FaceTime?
Yes.
And so is that Chandler in the top right?
Yes.
Were you talking to him about this at the time?
Yes.
Here we're looking at a pool of another home. Is that Chandler in the top right?
Yes.
And same thing, you were talking to him about moving to Florida.
Yes.
What kind of conversations did you personally have? Not what other people said, but what were you telling your family, your mom, your brother about the plan?
Chandler would move down to Florida and start working. I would go at the end of August after my lease ended, and I celebrated my birthday in Madison. And Titusville isn't too far from where Disneyland is, and come to Florida and start working. I would go at the end of August after my lease ended, and I celebrated my birthday in Madison. And Titusville isn't too far from where Disneyland is, and I was looking at pharmacy schools in Florida as well.
Did you talk to your friends about this plan?
Yes.
Was there any discussion of transportation or cars or things like that once you got down to Florida?
Chandler had a car lined up for when he got down there already, and I was going to drive my car down.
Did you ever invite your friends that were close to you and say, like, hey, you can come down and visit when we're down there?
Yes.
What kind of things did you talk to them about doing?
Going to Disneyland, Universal Studios, going fishing.
I think we saw in one of those prior texts that the SpaceX job was supposed to begin mid-June. Was that your understanding of the timing?
Yes.
Around the time it was supposed to start, did something happen that caused a delay?
Yes.
What happened?
Mitch went to the hospital.
Chandler's brother? Mm-hmm. And he's testified and told everyone kind of about it. But in general, what was your understanding of what was going on?
His sugar levels were very high, and he had to be there for a couple days.
What did Chandler, did he tell you anything about whether that was going to delay SpaceX, or what the relationship between those two things are, Mitchell's illness and SpaceX?
He didn't want to leave while Mitch was ill.
Mitch was in the hospital for a couple days?
Yes.
At that point, did Chandler tell you, or did you know of any time he was supposed to now start SpaceX?
I don't remember.
Was it delayed?
Yes.
After Mitchell's hospitalization, did anything else happen that caused a delay in SpaceX?
I ended up going to urgent care as well, and then Chandler fell.
What did you know about Chandler falling?
He was running and slipped down the stairs and then fell pretty hard and hit his head.
Did Chandler talk to you about his injury?
Yes.
What kind of symptoms was he reporting that he was feeling after that fall?
Tingles in his legs, sensitivity to light, severe headaches, weakness.
Was Chandler able to physically do normal things around that time?
No, he had a hard time lifting things and quite often would get lightheaded.
Could he carry heavy things from what you observed or knew?
No,
Could he drive long distances, things of that sort?
no,
Was he able to travel?
no,
Why do you know that, or why do you say that?
because of the head injury and wearing the neck brace.
I'll show you a couple exhibits marked 5'11". You know what 5'11" is?
Chandler in the emergency room.
Kind of got his hat over his head there.
Yes,
Who sent you? Did you see this photo eventually?
yes,
How'd you get that photo?
it was sent to me.
Do you know who sent it to you?
I believe it was Chandler or his mother.
What's 5'12"?
Chandler with Mr. Halderson and Mitch during the Father's Day brunch.
And he's wearing the collar there.
Yes,
5'13", another photo of Chandler in the collar.
yes,
That's Chandler on the left side, correct?
correct,
And then the middle, is that Mr. Halderson?
correct,
On the right, is that Mitchell?
correct.
Where is that photo taken? Do you know?
In the living room by the kitchen.
Another photograph of Chandler wearing that neck brace.
Correct.
What were you aware of in terms of like what the prognosis was for his injuries? Like,
He had a concussion, light sensitivity, and tingling in his legs.
was it going to get better?
I guess at this point, I'm gonna object. I need you to use the microphone.
I'll withdraw the question, the defense object. Did Chandler tell you if he was going to get better or the symptoms were improving around that time?
No,
Was there any discussion about how the concussion and the injury was going to affect SpaceX?
he wouldn't be able to travel down there
What did Chandler specifically tell you about why he couldn't travel?
because he was wearing the neck brace and he had a concussion, so he shouldn't be flying.
Did you ever see anything around Chandler's room, on his phone, any documents, records with the SpaceX or Tesla logo or anything like that?
No,
Were you aware at any point if Chandler had rented an apartment?
yes,
And tell me about that.
it was a 2-bedroom apartment, and he put a down payment for it. And there's a little dog park, so I could bring my dog Chewbacca down.
How did you know about this apartment?
Chandler sent me a link
Did he tell you whether he was just looking at it or if he had actually rented it?
that he rented it.
Did you yourself see a lease of any sort?
No,
Did you ever sign a lease?
no,
Is your only connection with this apartment is looking at the listing that was sent to you?
correct.
We're going to start talking about events starting on June 30th and kind of all the way through July 8th at this point. And I think I'm going to let some of your messages guide our conversation, so I'm going to be walking back and forth quite a bit. Briefly, could you just page through that and tell us kind of what dates these text messages are from?
They're all on June 30th.
And these are the messages between you and Chandler?
Correct.
I'll move 514 into evidence.
Any objection?
I'll bring up the same objection from the sidebar, but otherwise, no.
All right. And based upon the same ruling, they are received and they may be shown.
But the first message is a message from you. To be honest, it's getting to the point where I want to text your mom directly. What was this about on June 30th, 3:18 in the afternoon?
About him being grounded and not being able to see me or hang out.
What was your understanding at that time of what was going on from Chandler? What did he tell you? He was grounded?
Yes,
Were you wanting to see him?
yes,
And what did he tell you about whether he could see you or not?
he couldn't
Because of what?
because I wasn't allowed over.
You communicated with Krista a lot, right?
Yes,
When you say that, was Chandler telling you that, or did you actually hear that from Krista or Bart?
from Chandler.
And you say, it's getting to the point where I want to text your mom directly, and Chandler says, can you read that for me?
It's fine, B. That'll only piss them off more.
And what does he say?
This weekend will be great.
That weekend was the 4th of July weekend coming up, right?
Correct.
You say, now we're still June 30th, we're about 3:19 in the afternoon, you say, okay, and he says what?
Thanks, though.
And then on June 30th, you send this message next. What does that say?
We're not going to the cabin, right?
How did this come up, or what was going on where you sent this message?
I was under the impression that Mr. and Mrs. Halderson were going up to the cabin for the 4th of July weekend.
Was that conversations or like over the phone or in person you'd had with Chandler? Or was that,
Over the phone.
and you ask, we're not going to the cabin, are we? What does Chandler say?
No.
You say, I can ask if we can go to the farm. And that ended up coming to fruition. You did that.
Yes.
Okay. Can you read that last message you sent?
That way we can say my mom can care for you since they have a lot of stuff here that they use for Mike and Papa.
Your mom and Cress testified. Who are Mike and Papa in general, and what did that mean that there was stuff there for them?
Mike is Cress's brother, and Papa is her father. Papa is elderly. He is over 90 years of age. Mike is wheelchair bound and needs help going to the restroom, and overall, my mom helps take care of them.
What kind of stuff were you talking about that there was stuff there?
Walkers, if he needed one of those stools that you put over the toilet so an elderly person can sit down and they don't have to squat so low since it's hard for their knees.
Was it your impression that Chandler would be assisted by some of those things?
No.
Why did you say that there was stuff there for them?
So we'd be able to hang out since his mom was very concerned about his injury.
The next day, Thursday, July 1st, you worked that day?
Correct.
Showing you what's been marked as exhibit number 516. What is that?
Snapchat messages.
And who are they with?
Chandler.
And to the best you can, I know these are people make up names, but what was Chandler's Snapchat name?
Chazzle Dazzle.
Chazzle Dazzle. And significant parts of this are redacted out. In general, people are sending pictures back and forth, and part of what we've done in this case is just redact any photographs that we really thought we could, right? Kept one on though, just to prove that's you, right?
Yes.
Okay, just in general, what is Snapchat?
Snapchat is a social media app where you can send photos with titles, or you can send messages through the chat part of the app.
And what is one of the features of Snapchat that it's primarily known for that text messages maybe aren't?
They aren't generally saved.
They delete, right?
Correct.
Okay. Is there a way to manually save messages or photos on Snapchat?
Yes.
And is it easy or is it hard?
I find it easy.
What do?
You hold down the text and you select save.
If you save the message, if you're communicating right now with Snapchat with one of your friends and they send you a snap, if you click on it and look and do nothing, that message will delete, right?
Sometimes.
But if you could manually save it, right? By putting your finger down and saving it.
Correct. Or if you change the settings to delete within 24 hours.
Sometimes when you snapped with Chandler, one or both of you would save the messages.
Correct.
And those messages are what we're looking at here, right?
Correct.
Would you say Snapchat is your primary form of communication with Chandler?
One of them.
July 1st of 2021 at 7:11, you get a message, right, from Chandler?
Correct.
What does it say?
How do you sleep?
And you say, I slept good. How did you sleep? And how does he respond?
I hardly slept.
He gives you kind of a emoji face. You say, I'm sorry, B. Why? Can you read Chandler's message back to you after you say why?
I don't know. Stuff hasn't really been going well for me lately, so I'm trying to plan for the next thing to fuck me over.
Chandler sends another message. Can you read that?
Yeah, I just had a great future planned and it's falling apart.
And you say, no, it's not. You're going to be okay, right?
Correct.
You respond, you're going to go to Florida. You even said it's probably just the brace, probably just the brace, right?
Correct.
He says, thanks. You say, of course, I love you, and I'm here to keep your booty in check.
Correct.
Now we're up to 7:55 in the morning. Right after you say that, what does Chandler say back to you?
There's a bit of a glare.
Sure.
Thank you. Will you leave me even if it doesn't work? Worded bad, but you understand.
You respond, no, I wouldn't. And he says,
I won't stop trying.
you say, like, Florida would be so dope and, like, nice, but I'm not dating you for money. I love you tons.
Correct.
What does he say?
I love you a ton too. By the way, I'm not giving up. I'm just worried.
You say, don't be worried, love. It'll work out. And he says, thank you, B. You say, of course. Now we're up to 8:30. He says, you helped me a ton. Other than these messages, these Snapchat messages that morning, were you and Chandler communicating by phone or anything else around 7:30 into 8:30 in the morning on July 1st of 2021?
I don't remember.
Now that's a weekday, and I think you said you were working that day.
Correct.
About what time do you go to work?
8:30 since I was working close.
And if you had to work at 8:30, is that what time you would leave or what time you'd get there?
I have to be clocked in by 8:30.
What time would you have to leave where you're staying then to get to work by 8:30?
8 o'clock, 8:10.
When you're at work, I think we all maybe send an occasional message or two, but are you frequently on your phone a lot at work or only when you just have a second?
When I have a minute,
Do you have a busy job?
I do.
At some point that day, you and Chandler switch back to texting as well, right?
Correct.
There's a message from Chandler on the 1st at 1:02 p.m. I'll move it down so it's out of the light, but can you tell me what that message says?
Sorry, forgot to tell you, but Mom did okay you hanging out with us all weekend.
Sorry, and I think I said Chandler, I meant you. Did you send that message or did Chandler?
I did.
Okay. Your mom okayed you guys hanging out.
Correct.
Was that at the farm and things like that?
Correct.
Chandler responds, awesome. What do you say back to him?
Yeah, so convince your parents hard.
And that was at 1:03 on the 1st. What did you mean by that, convince your parents hard?
I meant to convince his parents to let us hang out.
Why would he need to convince his parents based on what you knew at the time? What was going on?
He wasn't able to hang out around that time.
And then at 1:03, just after that, Chandler sends you a message. What does that say?
I overheard that they might go to the cabin with their friends, but IDK.
So that was kind of following up on the possibility of the cabin from yesterday on the 30th. There it's kind of more conclusive.
Correct.
Did you and Chandler FaceTime a lot?
Yes.
Kind of a weird question, but I have to ask. Did you sometimes FaceTime when you guys were showering?
Yes.
Sometimes you take screenshots of Chandler.
Yes.
You took a lot of screenshots in your phone, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay. Is that one of those screenshots?
Yes.
Did you take that night, sometime after you got home from work, while FaceTiming with Chandler?
Yes.
Okay, we'll move 517 into evidence.
Any objection?
No objection.
It's not a nude photograph, too, I'll note for the court.
Are you sorry?
It's above the waist.
Oh, understood. It is received, it may be published.
And just briefly, that's kind of the FaceTime setup, but that's Chandler. The background, does that appear to be the shower at the Halderson home?
Yes.
They have a big shower in that house.
Yes.
It's Chandler looking into his phone and you snap the screenshot.
Yes.
Okay. Did you have any plans to hang out with Chandler that night as far as you remember?
Not that night.
But you were communicating a lot?
Correct.
Here's some additional messages. Around 8:30 at night, Chandler sends you a couple of messages. Could you there's one with an emoji, but could you read out the two that have text?
Baby, I need you.
Did you know what that was in reference to?
I don't recall.
Later, there's discussion of him looking at your Snapchat location and wondering where you were.
Correct.
So around 6:30 or so, when Chandler sends you the message, baby, I need you, do you recall talking to him after that, verbally, on the phone?
I don't recall.
We talked, I think I mentioned something about Snapchat locations. Does another feature of Snapchat have anything to do with your location?
Correct, yes.
Can you tell us about that?
You can select certain friends to view your location, or anyone who is on your friends list can view it.
In your and Chandler's relationship, was that something you did with each other?
Correct.
And was it reciprocal? Both of you did that?
Correct.
When this was going on during your relationship, was it your intention that anytime you'd open Snapchat, you'd, in theory, be able to see exactly where he was?
Correct.
And him the same for you?
Correct.
Were you aware at all of what Chandler's plans were the night of the 1st, when you were either FaceTiming while he was in the shower or any conversation? He talk at all about what he was doing that night?
That he would be taking care of the dogs and was going to make dinner.
Did he mention, or do you recall if he said anything about where his parents were?
He said they were doing a grocery pickup. May I have a break?
You may.
This is a good time to take a break. I think we can. We're approaching, I try to do them every 90 minutes, and we're pretty close to that. So let's take 10 minutes, both for the jury and for the witness and the parties. Cross-examination, Attorney Vera.
Thank you. Kat, is it okay if I call you Kat?
Yes.
I just have a couple questions for you, so I won't keep you here super long. We saw a lot of screenshots and pictures that you provided law enforcement. It's not unusual for you to take screenshots and have a lot of pictures of your activities, correct?
No.
And we're just focusing on a particular time frame, but as far as photographs and screenshots, that's about what you do any other month, any other week, correct?
Correct.
I want to take you back to the Halderson household for a little bit. You've probably been there about at least a dozen times. Is that fair?
Yes.
Probably more. So you're familiar with the layout of the home?
Yes.
And you're probably familiar with how the Haldersons kept the home.
Yes.
So you're familiar with the fact that they didn't have an AC unit, correct?
Correct.
This summer was particularly hot, correct?
Correct.
So when you were around during the summer, it wasn't unusual for them to have their windows open.
Not unusual at all.
They were also doing renovations around that time, correct?
Correct.
We've seen a couple pictures of the home, and there were what I'll refer to as blankets that were covering some of the furniture. That's not unusual, correct?
Not at all.
And do you know why the blankets were there?
Miss Halderson likes protecting the couches from the dogs because they would jump on there, especially once coming outside.
So that was probably something that was kept year-round throughout the house.
The blankets on the couches? Yeah. Correct.
It sounded like you spent a lot of time with them there as a family, if you will, correct?
Correct.
So you've probably had a couple meals with them.
Correct.
Would you agree with me that the Haldersons, Chandler, Brett, and Krista enjoyed cold beverages?
Correct.
You mentioned it during your direct that in one of the freezers there was a bag of ice.
Correct.
It's not unusual for them to have bags of ice in their household.
No, it's not unusual.
And is that because there was a broken ice maker, or did they even have an ice maker?
The ice maker in the fridge in the kitchen was always broken, and they had a tiny ice maker, a little portable one, but it was slow at making ice.
So sometimes Chandler would go get some ice from Quick Trip. I think that was the nearest place.
Correct.
And sometimes Krista would do that too.
Correct.
Maybe even Bart.
Correct.
You mentioned the dogs. The Haldersons had 2 dogs, correct?
Yes, Rizzo and Izzy.
A couple of times we've heard that maybe perhaps they were kept in the garage when people were coming over. In your experience, would you describe the dogs, and maybe one in particular, as anxious,
Yes.
maybe jumpy,
Yes.
bit afraid?
Yes.
And that was it both of the dogs or just one dog?
Rizzo.
And that was just her personality, correct?
Correct.
Was she nice with you? Did she approach you?
It took her a long time, but yes.
In particular, around this time, because it's 4th of July, there were a lot of fireworks going off, correct?
Correct.
And that just made her anxious, skittish worse.
Correct.
And as far as the dogs go, Chandler loved these dogs, correct?
Correct.
He took good care of these dogs.
Correct.
You mentioned that I think it was Izzy that fell down the stairs, and he stayed with her to make sure she was okay. Or was that the other dog, Rizzo?
It was Izzy who fell.
And as far as Chandler goes, you would agree with me that he's generally a quiet individual,
Correct.
reserved.
Correct.
You probably bring out more of his personality.
Correct.
We also saw a lot of pictures that you two took together. Was that something that you did often?
Correct.
And you would also agree with me that he's a pretty nerdy guy.
Correct.
He loves Star Wars.
Correct.
Did you already have Chewbacca before you met Chandler, or did he help you out with that?
I got Chewbacca about 3 weeks after dating Chandler, but I named him.
So you guys had a bond with that, with Star Wars.
Yes, I had an action figure collection that he liked.
I have no further questions for you. Thank you.
Any redirect?
Can I approach briefly?
Sure.
Promise it's gonna take long.
You mentioned the Haldersons had a small ice machine in their home.
Yes,
How much, when you say small, what do you mean by that? Like, how quickly would it produce ice?
maybe like about 3 of these wide and maybe 3 stacks. It was not that big, and it created little ice cubes that you would just scoop and put in your drink, and you would have to constantly add water to keep it going.
The July 1st or July 2nd, around that time, you said the Haldersons sometimes would buy ice, though, if they needed more.
Yes,
Around that time, do you know of any reason why Chandler would have needed 20 or more pounds of ice, more than what was able to be produced at the house in that ice maker?
can you repeat that?
Do you know of any reason that Chandler, for his own purposes, would have needed 20 or more pounds of ice around July 1st this year?
Not that I can think of, no.
And around that time, you had brought a bag of ice to the house too, right? So there was the ice maker, there was the bag you bought, and then if I ask you, if Chandler had bought 2 more bags, there's a lot of ice in the house around that time.
Yes,
No further questions.
And I'll just note for the record that I think it's fair to say the dimensions was approximately a foot by a foot. Cube is what I'm gathering from my angle of view. Any problem with that?
No.
Anything, any dispute with that from the defense?
No.
May this witness be excused?
She is excused.
Is she released from her subpoena?
She is not.
All right, that means, Miss, that you are finished testifying here today, but you're still under the state's subpoena and the defense, if the defense has one, and that you can't discuss your testimony with anyone, and you'll have to wait to find out from the party subpoenaing you when you're released or whether you're being recalled, all right? Thank you so much for your time.